Hi, I'm Sunday Sylvester NASA, and today we're going to discuss on biology. Specifically, we're going to go into classification, and the classification for today, I'm not going to focus on uh, phylum, class, order. I'm not going to focus on those things, right? What I'm going to focus today is actually how to identify the properties of each let me say characteristic of each phylum there, right? So, and I will be based on animal phylum animal, yeah, only, right? I'm not going to talk on biology today. So here you can see I give a table on the right side there, and which I wrote it very small because I want to uh, I really want to have space to explain what I'm doing there, right? So if you're watching it, I recommend that you watch it with high quality, right? So you can view it very well. So, but there is not much thing there. It's actually a list of the phylum we have there, right? So, and I number them there, right? The number are the very important things I need. We need this lesson there, right? Because it's actually a cheat that I'm going to give you guys there, right? So it's not something much, but just the numbers. I want you to grab their numbers there, right? Grab them in series. So first, number one is polyphera. Number two is colentrate. Sometimes you call Nigeria. Number three is platon. That's platyhelminthes. Number three is asclepias, which is known as nematode. Um, that's number four. Number five is mollusks, right? Number six is annelid. Number seven, arthropod. Echinoderm is number eight. Number nine is chordate. I wasn't able to put it there, but we don't really need it there, right? But we already know that chordate is the last one there. So here we have uh, eight phylums here, right? But what we're going to discuss is going to be from polyphera to nematode. That's what most of our discussion will be, because actually from mollusks down, they will have that property. And also you can see I put mollusks at number 5. There is reasoning for it. It's not that I did it wrongly, but putting mollusks under annelid is actually wrong, right? Is you see, biology is still having it's not always stable because the discovery are continue making there, right? But putting mollusks under annelids and arthropod, between annelid and arthropod, is wrong because mollusks is actually not segmented, and again there is link between arthropod and annelid. Right, this is not meant for this video, but I'm just trying to clarify what I'm doing, right? If you check other higher textbook, you see mollusks is actually between nematode and annelid. Sometimes you wonder, but let's go with it like this, right? So but our cheat I'm going to give is not going to have effect on the mollusks and the arthropod and the annelids there, right? So there's no problem with that. So feel free with it here, right? So what I'm going to give you is that I will give a certain cheat and tell you which number it is. And when I give you the number, and if I stop at a certain number, I mean from that number down they have it. Like let me say body segments. Body segments starts from annelid there, right? So from annelids down they have body segmented here, right? The body segmented, right? So but the ones at the top will not have it. That's what I really mean when I'm explaining there, right? So if as we go I will explain clear it very well so you understand, right? So first let's start with level of organization there, right? So there are some animals classified as just cellular. There are animals like tissue. There are animals organs here, right? So first is actually cell there, right? Let me get good color. Cell. Second is um, tissue, and third is organ. And you can see from this place is very easy, because once you know this, you just number it from 1, continue there, right? These 2 and these 3. And I know from cell to tissue to organ is not something hard, you already know it, right? So this level of organization, 1, 2, 3, right? And I want you to pick this number exactly and put it on the table, right? You can see that prolifera is under cellular, concentrator is under tissue, while from flat helminths down, organs are developed here, right? But what I want to clear is that you can see under tissue, you have a lot of question under this here, right? Hydra, they used to ask this there, right? For pay attention very well. Hydra. So they will ask which organization is Hydra. So Hydra actually falls under tissue. And you can see Hydra is under concentrator, and concentrator is number 2. So in this level of organization, cell is number 1, tissue is number 2. So tissue and concentrator are number 2 there, right? So that's how you can use it to grab all of this there, right? No, nothing hard for each there, bar. So let's go for next thing without waste of time. So next, I'm gonna discuss on the Jamb layer there, right? uh, Sometimes we have ectoderm, endoderm, and some animal also have additional mesoderm, that's the middle layer, right? So but this how the trick will look like, right? The one that have only two are called diploblast there, right? Diploblast, while the one with three are called triploblast there, right? So you can see that from the words die means two and try means three there, right? So there's nothing hard, nothing really confusing here, right? Just take the die is two and the try is three. So the ones that have two layers is actually the one with number 2 there, right? That's colentrator. So colentrator have diploplastic. So they have ectoderm and endoderm. They don't have additional mesoderm. So if they ask you hydra or see a name, it actually have only two Jamb layers there, right? While from flat helmet is down, that's from 3 down, all of them are triploplastic, including us human being there, right? We are triploplastic, right? We are grateful for the work played by flat helmets there, right? So that's for this one. I think it's very easy to grab there, right? Die and try. That's what will help you to remember it there, right? No doubts, nothing to think twice on, right? So the next we're going to discuss is the based on their um uh symmetry here, right? How can you cut it to get two identical parts there, right? You know, for example, like me, you can only cut me into right and left so that you have my body distributed equally there, right? But if you cut me up and down, the other one will not have head, the other one will have head, the other one will not have leg, the other one will have leg. You're gonna understand how the thing looks like, right? So you cut me two into two there, right? Two side by side, right? So side is called lateral and two is bi. So we call bilateral symmetry. That's how we call when you divide into only two. But there are some animals that you can divide it into anyhow you're cutting it, it will it will bring out two identical, right? So the animals that don't really have um the animal that don't really have a specific line that you can cut them so that you have only two, that all line can work, is called asymmetric, right? So they don't have symmetric. Anyhow you cut them, you're going to have two identical. Anywhere you start, you get two identical. And also there are other animals that you have to cut it radially, right? It's just like a two-ply. You have to cut it radially before you get it. So let's go, right? First, the primitive ones are the ones that don't have symmetry. so they're called asymmetric there, right? Asymmetric. Let me write this very well. Right, while the next one I evolve is the one radially symmetric here, right? Because of space, that's symmetric. I want to write there, right? And the next is bilateral symmetry there, right? Bilateral symmetric there, right? Right, so here you can see that asymmetric, radial symmetric, and bilateral symmetric, and all you need is just the same thing like the former one you do, right? But this one, there's nothing to really help you to identify which one is number one, which one is number two. But it's easy, right? Just give them number one and number two direct, right? Number one, number two, and number three here, right? So polyphera is actually asymmetric, so you can cut polyphera into anyhow you want to cut it. You don't really have to open your eye, just close your eyes and cut it. It's gonna be identical. Anything you have here, you have here, right? Only because of actually they don't have head, they don't have these things, all of these things there. So anyhow you cut it, you still have to identical. And next is collentrator. That's number two, right? They are radial symmetry, right? Example hydra, so you have to cut it radially, right, to get to identical. And the next is called bilateral symmetry. That's number three. So it's also platyhelminthes there, number three, that evolved from that place. Platyhelminthes are really doing great work there, right? So from platyhelminthes down, we have bilateral symmetry, right? So that's for this chick there, right? Don't use this pile to say it's number two, right? Take note of it. Number it like this from the primitive to the complex ones there, right? So from number one, two, and three there, right? This is how the cheat works. Please, if you have a new cheat like this, right? Uh, if you watch the video, please write them down and try to revise them early in the morning tomorrow, or before you sleep, revise it, and early in the morning go through it again, right? So after like 2 days, just go and open the place and just check it here, right? After 1 week or 2 week, check it again. When you do that, right, the thing will really stuck in your head. It will be very difficult for it to clean, right? So that's how to learn trick there, right? Don't just watch it once and say it's done. If you go to exam hall, you will get confused. So that's how to work with it. So and again, I want to say something because I really draw this table long and include echinodams because of this parts there, right? Echinodams actually are not really um, good guys. I don't know why they do that stubbornness there, right? They are actually bilateral because I say from number three down are actually all bilateral. So from platyhelminthes down to caudate are bilateral. But the canodams are really, I don't understand them there, right? But this is what they do, right? Their lever is actually bilateral. Their lever, if you give back to them in their young stage, they are bilateral. So their lever are cold, they are not stubborn. But as they grow and mature, become adult, they, guess what? They turn radial symmetry. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know whether it's because they want to swim fast or they just look good when they do it like that. But this is the biology for it there, right? For now, just know that Ganoderms, when they grow adult, they become stubborn and turn radial symmetry, just like Hydra, right? So you can see starfish, see cucumber, all of those guys there, right? That's how they behave, like they don't want us to use cheats there, right? But after using our cheat, we give them exception there, right? So they are the exception here, right? So that's cool. Next, we're going to talk on. Uh, next, we're going to discuss on the body cavity there, right? Something you call column, right? So the ones that are animals that don't have body cavity, and there are animals that have body cavity. so it's very easy to recognize them, right? So body cavity is just like a space in your body there, right? Like my chest, there's space in my chest here. I'm not just made of muscle and the digestive tract there, right? There's space that my lungs can fit. In my stomach, we have abdominal cavity. So you have all of my intestine, in all of my organs there, right? Accessory organs like liver, pancreas, kidney, all of those guys are there. Even in my head, we have cranial cavity there, right? So cavity is just like a space where you have organs that are fixed into it there, right? So there are some animals that are just like a tube, right? With just a pipe, they're just like a pipe layer, right? With a space between them there, right? So this place is just a flesh here, right? So what they do is that they eat food here and the food just passes out. So they don't have any space in their body. But we have an other animals that have space in their body there, right? So there's the space in their body. Let me draw this in well. So they have space in their body there, right? So the space in their body really contain like some of the organ like the brain, the kidney, the liver, all of these things they fix inside this place there. While this place is flesh there, right? So you can see I have space here, and this is the tube inside, or this is the tube here. So this one does not have space, this one has space. I'm actually drawing human being here, right? It's actually, I'm just trying to give you the catch of how the thing looks like, right? And I know you understand it, right? So, um, so this one don't have body cavity, while this one have body cavity there, right? And there are some animals that don't really have body cavity, but they have something really just like they start evolving body cavity. So they are the Nigerians, right? They you can if you watch see Nigeria, you start seeing a feature of body cavity. Actually, it's not body cavity, and that's why they call it false body cavity. There, right? It's not body cavity, but it's not something you say it's not body cavity. You completely say it's not body cavity. There, right? It's there's feature of body cavity, but it's not typically body cavity. So that's what I mean there, right? So it's a false body cavity, and the word false is pseudo, right? Body cavity is called so false body cavity is pseudocollomates there, right? Those are the animals that don't have it. So at first we say the ones that don't have body cavity there, right? At all. We have them they call don't people that don't have anything we call it a, right? And if you have with that in there, a with the root word of the root word there, right? So you have accolomate, that means no body cavity there, right? Accol accolomate, so no body cavity there, right? That's the meaning. And next we have collomates, that's the one with body cavity, right? But let's put the one with false body cavity first there, right? False body cavity, that's pseudo collomates there, right? So, and the good ones like us are the collomates. They are the most successful ones there, right? Collomates. So you can see from here we have collomates without body cavity, we have pseudocolomate, false body cavity, and we have collomates. And what I want you to use in this cheat is the word pseudo, right? So check the word pseudo. All the ones we have been using is just to number them there, right? But here there is this how I used to get the answer to the trip there, right? So you can see the word pseudo, right? This one is just this one there's nothing here, right? So pseudo, I think you can hear pronunciation of four, right? Right? That's what I really mean here, right? F-O-U and R, right? Four, pseudo, four, right? I'm not really good in English. I apologize for this there, right? But this for just for cheats there, right? that will help you. I think if you call pseudo, there is really potential of hearing 4 there, right? Not 5, not uh, uh, not 6, not 3, not 2, not 1 there, right? Pseudo 4, right? So pseudo will help you remember that it's actually 4 there, right? Forget about the word root, that's the column H there, right? And just work with the pseudo. So pseudo is 4. So that really tells you that pseudo columnates are the number 4 there, right? That's the nematodes there, right? They are the one with the false body cavity. So the ones on the top of the ones you go up are actually accolamates. They don't have body cavity. While if you're going down from nematodes, you have the ones with the body cavity. So all of the ones from, if they ask you to uh, to choose from the option, the one with body cavity, just know that you're going to choose a phylum that is below nematodes. If they ask you the one with a columnate, just know that you're going to choose the option above nematodes. While if they ask you the false cavity, you know that now you're on top of the nematode himself there, right? So you're going to choose Mr. Nematode for his great work. So that's for this there, right? That's for body cavity. It's very easy to grasp there, right? So next I'm going to discuss is we're going to talk on the opening there, right? Of the organism there. There are some animals that just have one opening. You can see us a human being, we have two opening there, right? We have our mouth, and the opposite is our anus there, right? So, but there are some animals that they just have one, and believe me, they use only one as both mouth and anus there, right? They eat through mouth and still defecate through mouth. Oh my gosh, this is really annoying, right? I don't know how they feel, but just as for us, it's not cool, right? So they eat through mouth and defecate through mouth. So now let's know which animals eat through mouth, which one have two opening, which one have only one opening, right? So the trick I used to know this one is very easy there, right? I use the word uh anus. I don't know whether you like the word, but this biology class there, right? So you're cool with it. So I use the word anus to get the answer there, right? Anus, yeah, anus. Just go with it. So anus have how many letter words? You can see it have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see good 4 letter words there. So that means the first animal to have anus is actually number 4. There's nematode. So nematode really do well for us in producing anus, so we cannot continue using our mouths to eat and defecate through it there, right? I think we have to shake nematode for this really great work that you have done to us here, right? So I want you to play with it, make fun with it, and don't feel bad with the word I use like anus, but this is biology class here, right? So you're good with it. So anus, 4 letter word. So the first animal is actually number 4. That's nematode. So nematode have anus. So you can see from polyphora, colantrata, platyhelminthes like planaria, all of those guys, I just pity their life. Oh my gosh, eating food for a month and still defecate. Oh no, I can't do that, right? So that's for the body. That's for the opening, right? This is um this this that's for opening there, right? The animals that uh eat food through only one opening are the polyphera, colantrata, and platyhelminthes, and still use that same opening to defecate, right? But from nematodes down, that's from number 4 down, we produce an anus, right? Different from our mouths there, right? So that's cool. um Hope you enjoy and like the video. If you like and comment to the space below here, right? So I really appreciate you guys, right? Thank you so much. Bye.